Well, I think when you reach this point in the season and you sort of kind of ended one season and you're starting another, it's all about what do you want to accomplish, how committed are you to it, and what's it mean to you so that you can go continue to do the things that you need to do to improve individually and collectively as a team. Things that you could do better individually as a player to help your unit and the team, as well as things we need to do as a team to continue to improve and get better so that we can play better football in this last quarter of the season or whatever you want to call it. Mississippi State's a very good team. It's a very challenging team, very different kind of offense to prepare for. Our players are working hard on it. We have a ways to go. They're very aggressive and play hard on defense, so this is a good team. They've really played well, this year and are very much improved and have done a really good job. I'm pleased with the way our players have worked. Obviously, yesterday we had to go inside because of the rain. It was great to have Antoine Caldwell here today to visit practice. We'll congratulate Cody on being a finalist for the Lombardi and Rolando for being one for the Lott Trophy. I think it's great that our players are getting national recognition. And I think part of that is because of the success of the team and how they've contributed to the success of the team. And I think both those guys have done a fantastic job for us, all year. I know it's Veterans Day today. I'd like to send out a special thanks to all the people out there who have done so much, men and women, for serving our country, protecting our freedom. We have a wonderful place to live, and, I can't thank them enough, and they don't know how much we appreciate that more than they know. And I'm sure that everybody in our organization would stand up here and say the same if they had the opportunity to do today. So we really do appreciate all that the veterans have done in serving our country for many, many years and creating a quality life for us that's probably sometimes taken for granted, but nevertheless, on the days like today, we're very thankful for the people who have helped preserve it.
Coach, I know you hold discipline up there as one of the highest tenets of your football team, but how does it make you feel? How gratifying is it to know that there are a number of people out there, national media and regional media, that consider your team, and especially your defense, one of the most physical football teams in the country? Well,
I think that, there's several things that you want to have on your team, and I think that, discipline is certainly an important part of that, but one of the things that we always emphasize is being a physical team and, playing physical, being aggressive, being relentless in how you compete, having the physical and mental toughness to sort of persevere that. It takes a long time to wear a guy down. It takes a long time to dominate somebody. That starts on the first play, but it takes a lot of plays to get that done. So, and discipline is a big part of that, because I don't think that you can get the kind of execution that you need by making poor judgments and decisions. And, discipline is your ability to do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done. And I think, that's an important factor too. It's how you channel the physical energy that you're exerting to be a physical player so that your unit has a chance to be successful. It doesn't do us any good if guys don't do the right things and make good choices and decisions about what they do and what they don't do. Like I always say, you have freedom of choice, but you don't have freedom of consequence.
Coach, Mike Johnson's one of your 13 players that's already gotten a degree, and he told us Monday that it allows him to devote a little more of his own time to watching film and preparing and so forth. Do you think most of those 13 guys can do the same, or do you think Mike's more the exception?
I think we have, quite a few guys on our team that have developed pretty good habits in terms of how they prepare for a game. I think obviously, the older guys have a little more experience at it, and maybe because of their academic responsibilities not being what they used to be, especially the guys that are graduated, maybe they have a little bit more time to do that. And I think that younger players don't realize until they experience it how important it is to do those types of things. So they consequently don't take maybe as much time to do it. And that's all part of maturing as a player. And You'd like to say you could learn from others, but as we all grew up, our mother tells us don't touch a stove, it's hot, but sometimes you got to find out on your own. And that's a part of experience, and it's a part of maturity.
Coach, I want to ask about a guy that we don't obviously get to see, but how has A.J. McCarron done with this first year and what you've seen of him in practice?
Well, he's done a good job, and I think he's, got a steep learning curve right now in terms of what, especially, game plan, changing a little bit, doing some different things. But, he's done a really good job. He's very, very committed to wanting to be a good player. And I think he puts a lot into it, and it's important to him. And I think that's a great starting point. I think the fact that he was on the scout team for a while this year probably really enhanced his maturity and his leadership ability because he did a really good job in that regard. So he learned how to sort of start from the bottom and work his way up, and it shows in his personality and his performance and his leadership. So he's doing a good job, and we're pleased with the progress, and he obviously has more things to improve on, but we're certainly pleased with the progress.
Has he played his way off the scout team?
Yeah. He's one of the 3 quarterbacks that takes reps every week to get ready and prepared for the game.
You're 9 games into the season now. Are you healthier than a team normally is at this point?
I don't think we're as healthy as we were last year because we lost more guys for the season. I don't think we lost anybody for the season last year, especially a starter. We've had, I don't know how many games missed by starters this year, probably 20 or 30, and we probably had 5, last year. So those guys never come back, and that affects the depth on your team and sometimes the wear and tear a little bit. But for right now, I feel like other than Terry Grant, we've got a pretty good chance to get everybody back for this game. I think Peak is getting better. He's practicing more. He looks like he's more comfortable and confident in what he's doing, but that's still a day-to-day decision. But so for the players that we have available, I think we're pretty healthy, but we've lost a few good players, and I think that's affected us to some degree.
Coach, you're going to face a pretty physical runner in Anthony Dixon. Talk about what you've noticed from him and what kind of challenges he presents to run defense.
Well, he is a big physical runner. He's very strong. He's really playing well this year. He's pretty sort of competes well in the game, plays with a lot of toughness. People don't like to tackle him because of his size and his downhill style. I mean, he's a kind of a north-south guy. That doesn't mean he's not. He's got speed, and I've seen him firsthand a couple times, and he's given us problems in the past, and we certainly need to do a good job of tackling, playing our gaps, and not letting him get down the field where he gets even more difficult to tackle when he gets ahead of steam up. So I think he's played fantastic. I think they've done a great job with their offense, and they're really doing a good job of running the ball.
Coach, with all the national awards and all the talk going on, how much does that help with recruiting, and how much do you hear from recruits when they see the stuff, the national attention?
I haven't had a recruit talk about that at all. I mean, I haven't, and I don't usually talk to them about it. Maybe I should, but maybe they read about it on the internet. But most of the time when I talk to guys, it's usually about what they're doing. How their season's going, how they're playing, what they did in their games. And they certainly enjoy coming to our games and things like that, but, we're really more interested in what they're doing. So, and some of them don't even know these players very well.